we've got Slideshow. I think about 120 slides, somewhere around there. As we always do, just kind of looking back at last year. We've made a little change. We used to have communion at the end, but we got a little lower crowd, so we're just going to move communion to either the second Sunday, or we might do communion on the day that we have our annual meeting. We'll kind of figure that out a little bit later. But so we'll look at the slideshow, have some fun doing that, and then I'll just get up and we'll close up in prayer, ask God for what He did for us this last year, and then we'll ask to protect us as we go home, since it's a little slippery outside. So let me get back here. Isaiah, can you go back and shut the lights off? And we'll kind of clue you in on what everything is from the year 2024. So obviously we've got two youth groups here, Living Proof and Living Proof Plus. This is the Wednesday night crowd. Last winter, we kind of combined the two groups, and so we were averaging almost 50 kids. And then we did a special where we wanted to serve them breakfast, so everybody came out. I don't know, Scott, did we have like 5 griddles going or something like that? Bunch of griddles going, and ladies came in, and we got to do that again because I think they love it. The kids really enjoyed that. So everybody came in and helped out to stay up with the kids, start flipping. Yeah. So last year, every year we collect money for a thing we call the Lord's Christmas gift. And last year we decided to order these mats we had seen advertised that supposedly you can turn them on, and even if there's 6 inches of snow, supposedly the snow will melt. So we got the mats. It snowed about 4 inches, and there it goes. They work pretty well, but I think we need another one there at the bottom. At the bottom. But they work as advertised. We used to do a thing called the Grand Prix, but we switched and we started doing a Hot Wheels race. And it's all about distance, not necessarily about speed. And so everybody gets to participate. They bring in their own Hot Wheels. And of course, at the end, we give out awards to the kids for the ones that went the farthest distance. And so I think I got a picture of, there's our winners in action. Got, let's see, I'm just missing one grandkid. Where's the...
2. You don't have Eli or...
Oh, yeah, all right. Did Eli participate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year? All right. Okay, so we do a work day in the spring and summer, and this was a winter one that we did. Little cleanup around here. We try to get the areas that aren't always getting a lot of attention. So this is at the back of the gym, and we have a bathroom by the gym, and it doesn't get a lot of attention. So the ladies, they went in there and scrubbed top to bottom. It's another one of those thankless jobs. If you were listening to us in church on Sunday, we were learning from a passage in Ephesians that talks about that the church is successful when every part does its work. This is some of the stuff that happens that always doesn't get a lot of attention, but boy, it's important. We also decided our gym, the sound bounces in there quite a bit. We have some carpeting on the walls, and we decided we wanted to try and add a little bit more, so that's what we're doing here. You can see we attached some 2x4s to the walls, and that's the carpet on the floor that is eventually going to find its way up onto the walls. And that's what it looks like when done. And now that we did it, Scott, I think we need to do more of it. Because it's still, we should carpet all the walls. Because it is still loud in there. And if you're in there trying to do something when the heater's on, man, you might as well forget it. But got a lot of the stuff accomplished that day. Starting last spring, we started Living Proof Plus, which is the older kids, like 7th grade through 12th grade. and found that they really enjoy volleyball. So that has kind of become our thing. I thought it would be dodgeball, but they really like volleyball, and of course they love hanging out and eating. And I think I got a picture. Butch left us, but there's Butch. Butch gets out there and does pretty good. He was only 69 at this point. Now he's 70, so. But the kids have a lot of fun. Oh, that's Brooke with knee pads. Brooke, you got to get those knee pads back out. I think you were playing a little better when the knee pads were in action. Oh, and you and Isaiah are on opposite teams. Uh-oh. That's not good. We're down in Florida. We're always looking to add something to the Corn Fest. And we do have a little train that Kurt brings every year. But I saw this train, and so if you happen to be tuning in today online and you think you want to be a part of our Corn Fest, look at this train.
Oh, that was one of Florida.
Uh-huh, yeah. I mean, that's fancy. I don't know what it'll cost us, but and then if you notice, if you get the train, then you can get the pastor the car that's next to it there, that that little Corvette that's got the hood open so that I can follow along. I can follow along in style. So you might hear us every Sunday talk about that we like to go to Culver's. So every Sunday night we go, and on this occasion I happen to get a picture. That's us. That's how much space we take up every week. People are going. You'll notice that this must be Culver's in the summertime because it's 7:30 and it's light outside, unlike the winter run. Where are the kids at? Well, they sit off by themselves. There they are.
Yay, there you are, Ruth.
There's the crew.
Oh, yeah, you can see.
Oh, I think we got another picture. Eli, what's that creature? Who is that? Dollar store stretchy guy. I like that. You look good there.
You got some sun in the pool.
Yeah, and it's daylight outside. We like that. Every year we have a Flag Day here in Salem. It's a very short parade, but we participate every year so that people will see us, and we set up to kind of meet people. So for the last couple of years, and we'll probably keep doing it for a while, is we give away free snow cones. And so we always get a lot of people that come by. This is the shortness of the parade. It lasts about, 20 minutes on a good day. You see that kid there's getting all excited, ready to run. You know what they're looking for. Candy. Took a picture of Ray and Tracy. They don't get out that much. You keep praying for Tracy. I don't know if she's out of the hospital yet. Has anybody heard? But she was having a few seizures, and that's all the church family working on getting the snow cones ready. Oh, good. So she's home. Well, that's good. So keep praying for Tracy, though, that these they can find a way to get these seizures to stop. Somebody had a very colorful float. I like that one. I like that they had the little canopies on there. And there we are, Salem Bible Church. And again, decorated very nicely, and we bought all that stuff at
Dollar store.
Dollar Store. We got second place.
Oh,
We got to go for first place next year. So we might have to double our budget at the Dollar Tree. There was 2 floats, yes. There might have been 3 floats, I'm not sure. But I like the idea of those look like little mini canopies. We need a couple of those in the middle of it. I just like the way they look. And we got to cover up the rust spots so we look better. That's on our list. But we had a lot of the teens come out and help us, pass the candy out to the kids, so that was nice. And that's our hay wagon / Flag Day wagon / Night at the North Pole. We use it for quite a bit of stuff. And as you can see that we had a pretty good line of people wanting to get these free snow cones. Again, just like we do Corn Fest or anything else, it's just a way for us to get to know folks that are coming through town. So it's nice to see. We had a pretty good crowd there. There's the two special ladies making sure that the snow cones get made. Is that Grayson in the background eating a snow cone? Getting them wired up. Every year we take kids on a kayak trip. We go, it's kind of out in the Jackson area. It's on the Kalamazoo River. This year we got new tents. These are actually inflatable tents, but man, they're sturdy and really good for the kids. So we got a couple of them and it worked out really well. So thanks. We had somebody donate those to us. I'm very thankful for that. And here the kids are. It looks like we just got done eating together, but we spent time on the river. Obviously, we eat some meals together. We have Bible study. And then the next day, this is us out on the river. This is the spot we always stop at. The river's nice and shallow there. This is where we always eat lunch at. I think Chris and Tam, you went on this one too, didn't you? I think so. And that's what that's the Kalamazoo River. As you've heard me describe it, it's more like the Kalamazoo Creek. That's pretty much what it looks like most of the journey. But it's really a pretty river. It's worked out really good for us. Great for people first time on kayaks. It's a time for, is that Amelia Jean there in the background? And at one part of the river, they have a rope swing, the old-fashioned rope swing, but it's not very deep there. So the leaders have to be very careful. We've got people that stand in the shallows. We scream to them when it's time to let go. And the next slide up is actually of one of the kids on the rope swing, and when he hits the water, you'll get a really good idea of exactly how shallow it is. That's Isaiah, right? Isaiah stands right by that tree because if they don't let go, they head right back for the tree, which is not good. So he had to, on a number of occasions, stop kids from whacking in the tree. The last jump.
Come on, Andrew, run and jump.
Let's go!
All right, everybody say, no broken bones. That's what makes the pastor happy, when I can get him on and off the river without any broken bones. So thank you, Lord, for that. And there's a little dock out there. Some of the kids got out on the dock, and we got a chance to get a picture of them. Beautiful campground, Somerset Beach Campground. Of course, Somerset Beach is the Bermuda Triangle of Michigan, and it always rains. So this was the next morning after the canoe trip, and it was pouring rain outside.
It looks like it was night.
And we were trying to, it does look like night, but it was pouring rain, and we were trying to have breakfast together. So that's the trailer that Cheryl and I owned, and everybody went in there, and we packed everyone in, and we were able to have breakfast together. Last couple of years, we tried to do a thing we call a drive-in film night. The organization, one of the organizations we support is called the Drive-In Film Ministry. And so they have this van that they come up with, and they have a big screen on the outside. Well, the last time they came, it rained, and this time they came and it rained. And so both times we had to move the film night inside, but luckily we've got a gym. We've got a guy in town that has this nice big blow-up screen. And so he ran it over, and we were able to watch the film inside. And of course, if you know anything about Salem Bible Church, any event we have has to have food. And so I think we had nachos and popcorn, and probably that's some candy down on the other end. I didn't notice, too. Look at the shadow of the nachos on the wall. I didn't realize how big the nachos look. This old church of ours was built in the 1800s. The gym and that part of it was put on in the 60s. And so through the years, we have figured out how to keep the church dry. We have these trenches that are dug by a company called Eternally Dry, and all of it goes down to the storm kind of sewers that we have, and everything goes well. And we even have a generator, so if the power goes out, the sump pumps turn on. But what do you do when the power goes out and the battery and the generator is bad? Well, the basement floods. And so we called a crew of people out, and of course, everything got very wet. And our precious carpet did not survive. That had to get thrown out. How wet was it? Well, here's a little video of Reuben. So in a storm, you don't have problems. Unfortunately, today, with 3 inches of rain, the generator did not kick on, the sump pumps didn't work, and this is what we're dealing with. It's the worst I've seen in quite a while. But it was quite a storm. So yeah, for those that didn't make it, just a little glimpse of fun Saturday night here at Salem Bible Church. Yeah, it was a mess. One of the things that I love about our little church is we're always trying to get the kids involved. So Grayson got drafted. My philosophy, you got to train them young. Thanks, kid, for working hard. How wet is it? You're dripping. Thanks. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Shortly after that, every year we have Vacation Bible School. And one of the highlights of Vacation Bible School, Mark and I started this a number of years ago. It's kind of the water fight. And it has become very popular, and everybody wants to participate in it. And so this is the entire group participating. I've managed to graduate, and I was just taking pictures, but Shannon is heavily involved. This is Andrew. He was enjoying every moment of it. Looked like it was ready to rain, but it's a water fight, so who cares? I don't know who it is, but they're intense. Yeah. You know, that gives you an idea of how intense it gets. Shannon looks like she's ready. Is that Amelia Jean a little wet there?
A little.
Amelia, was there a dry spot that you had?
Yeah.
Just another happy soul. Of course, inside there's always time for games, and I don't know if looks like we're maybe practicing for the closing program. That's maybe what it looks like. And then one of the things that the kids love to do is they have this, every day they take an offering. And they also get points if they take the offering the quickest. And so this is offering quickest, and on the right there is one of my grandkids. Let's see how she does.
Set, go!
I don't know who won.
She put it in the right spot. She won.
You won? All right. And this year we had somebody donate bicycles, and so the kids earned points for different things that they did, memorizing verses, and this young lady won the bike, and of course we had to get her helmet, and probably should have taken the picture without the packaging on it, but you know, you want that picture, you got to get that picture, so. Every year we have a church family camp that we go to. This year we set up a batting cage, and we had the adults in there. We did some competition to see who could do the best in the batting cage. This was the most exciting part of it because we didn't know how to set this thing up. And as you see, it took about 12 of us to figure out how to set the thing up. Everybody on every corner. Where am I at? Oh, I'm taking the picture. That's why. Probably went smoothly. Can't have family camp without a fire every night, so that's us around the solo stove. What's this? Well, twice a week we have breakfast together, and one day the Rittenhours cook, and the second day, Rubringer cooks, and that's me. And my opinion, no finer breakfast than meat potatoes. And so that's some bacon and some potatoes cooking on the grill, and I don't know, what else did we have with that? Did we have toast or anything, or we had more stuff?
And eggs.
Did we have waffles too, didn't we? So if you come out to family camp, every Tuesday and Thursday we have breakfast and then a Bible study. Saturday we have a potluck together, but this is what it looks like. I did all the cooking. And I will say that, just to make sure everybody's okay, I would sample that bacon as it was coming off of the Blackstone, and yes, it was very good. And of course, I don't know what this is, but I think you could say that kids are into their electronics these days. Was that a breakfast? There was a spot that we went to that is near the campground. I think my family went with, I think Jody went with us on that. Didn't you, Jody? And it's actually got like these walking bridges suspended in the air through the woods. And it's really, really a beautiful place inside there. So we went and did that. Summertime, we have a work day the Saturday before Cornfest, so we get the grounds all cleaned up. So this was the dumpster. We packed it full. We've been trying to do that, trying to throw stuff away here instead of leaving it just stack up. It's hard to do, but we accomplished it. The ladies were working downstairs. We have a room. It was the old library, and then we moved the library outside, and it became a storeroom, and the ladies did a fine job of emptying it out. Tam, I think you threw a lot of stuff away, didn't you? I haven't been in there. I take it back. I went in there because I was going through the music bins. It looks still pretty good. It's a little cluttered, but looking pretty good. So thanks to the ladies for doing that. I did a baptism, and you'll hear us kid around here sometimes about the well that we have, and the water isn't the best. So this is the baptistry tank filled up with Salem water, and yes, that's how it looks. So what are we going to do next year? I've been looking on Marketplace for a pool pump, one of those little Intex pool pumps, because we're going to have to do something to filter it, because the poor girl that was getting in the water was like looking at it like, am I going to get out of that alive? And then how bad is this water? So when we drain it, this is what the bottom of the tank looked like. So you wonder why when we make coffee downstairs that we only use bottled water. This is why. Thank you, Salem. Cornfest, what number is it? I don't know. We lose track. I think it was maybe number 27. But if you've been a part of it, you know that we start early. Everybody comes the night before. Grills are getting out. This year we had new tops for the tents. And so the other ones had served us for about 20 years. So we're putting the new tops on, getting the poles, which you can look at them. They're a little shot, but they keep serving us well. So everybody was assisting us to get those ready. It takes us over an hour on Friday night to get everything, set up and ready to go. This was the tent that we pay to have set up for us. That's our main tent. That's where music, and that's where the kids' story gets taught. That's across the street from us. Food gets delivered. Food arrives. And so food gets delivered. Now, that's all Friday night. And then, of course, starting Saturday morning, I forgot about our crew. We use those bins to put ice and water in so that the pop is cold for everybody. Oh, I forgot about this. This is rib prep.
Yeah.
If you've heard our stories before, we buy our ribs from Menards, believe it or not. And they are the tastiest, most meaty ribs I have ever eaten. But the sauce is horrible. It is horrible. I don't know who they're paying for the sauce. And so we care about the people coming to our fest. So these poor folks, Scott and Leanne, have to rinse off 45 slabs of ribs of that tomato sauce So then we can then put on there, you'll see right in the foreground there, that's Sweet Baby Ray's. So that's what they're doing on Friday night. And then, of course, starting Saturday morning, Liv, I didn't know that you were doing corn prep. Thank you. That's a big part of the thing. We get over 1,100 ears of corn, and it has to be prepared. So that's getting the husks all taken off. That's a couple hours alone on Saturday morning, and then right after that, then Isaiah starts cooking them, and that all takes place in the morning so that when people get there at noon, everything is ready to go. So thanks to everybody that comes in and helps with that. This was the slide we got this year, 24 foot tall. Kids had a blast on it. Worked out good. And I found out too that this one also has a water feature in it. We're going to turn that on next year so that the kids can slide down with the water. And then we had a big old obstacle course that came in. Kids really enjoyed that also. Kind of see from the clouds, it was a dicey day. We had a couple moments of rain, but nothing really washed us out. This is the snow cone tent, and always very popular. And this is looking down towards all the crafters that came in. We had a good crew of crafters this year. They all seem to have a good time. They love coming out, and we enjoy having them. We do things differently than most places. We don't charge them anything to come out here. It's just a way to make the Corn Fest a little more interesting. So every year, you never know who we're going to get to come out. That's a good looking set. That's how you eat. That's how you eat your corn. Finish those off. You can see pretty good. That's the line of people waiting to get up and get a hamburger or a plate of ribs. So had a pretty good crew of people coming out. Everybody asks me every year, how do you know if your Corn Fest has been a success? Look at that picture. Those are people we don't know. Just strangers that come through and meet us and get a chance to be at our church. So that's how I, look at it. Like I said, a little overcast day, had a couple showers, but didn't wash us out. People didn't leave. They just kind of hung in there through it. So thank the Lord for that. And Butch at the end of the day on cleanup. And he doesn't look too happy about it. And we do memes on Sunday night, and this one just popped up my thing, and I thought I liked that. God wants full custody, not just weekend visits. I love that one. That should be a part of us. So if you've been following us, we had some hail damage here at the church last year, and the insurance company came in and they gave us a new roof, and the church owns a building next door that we live in. It's called the Parsonage. And the insurance company also paid to get us some new siding. So this is the old siding ripped off. They're putting some wrap underneath. And then you can see it starting to get installed. That's what the one side of it started to look like. We think it looks a lot better. If you don't like it, my wife and daughters picked out the color. Ask them. But I like it also. Look how it looks. Looks really good. Yeah. Looks really good. So this is living proof. Once again, we started up in the fall. And same thing, we have one that meets on Wednesdays. This is some of our Wednesday one. We had Chris works up the road in the fall at Whitaker's place, Three Cedars Farm, and Gary gave us, 30 or 40 little pumpkins, and we let the kids decorate them, and they did a really good job, kind of expressing some of their creativity. That was a fun night for the kids. Another thing we did this year is we do that Operation Christmas Child that a lot of churches do. And we've got a guy in our church that creates these beautiful wooden cars. I mean, they're just beautiful. And what we do so that the kids can feel a part of this is that they each take one of these cars and then they paint it the way that they want. So a kid in another part of the world gets a car that was hand painted by one of our young people. And so we just let them do whatever they want, however they want to do it. So. There's Butch again. Is that you painting there, young lady? And then this is what they looked like when they got them finished. So every one of them went into a box, and it currently is making its way around the world. I don't know exactly when they deliver those shoe boxes. I would imagine it's around Christmas time. So those cars could be in another part of the world by now. So we love.
Some are reported to be in Jamaica.
Is that right? That's neat. So we'll do that every year, I think, because the kids like doing it, and I like letting them be a part of it. This, of course, the older kids. As you can see, the volleyball's gotten even more popular compared to what you saw in those spring pictures. We do a thing, too, called the Living Proof Store. We have a little classroom up on the other side of the gym. We call it the Purple Room, and you can see why. And we load it up with prizes, and the kids earn points. We call it Living Proof money. By bringing a visitor, memorizing Bible verses, and then they come up there, and the folks that are upstairs tell them how many Living Proof dollars they have, and then they can, go through there and purchase. Sometimes we have candy and all kinds of other gifts that they can buy. And huh? Yeah, I see you're not too bundled up or anything. We used to have a heater up there. What happened to it? Just gone. We need a new heater. So yeah, it gets a little cold. When you're at the end of the run, our church has hot water heat, and this classroom is like the last one on the run, so it gets pretty cold. So, but that's my daughters were up there working that, thanks to them. And then we did a thing this year where we had a Christmas party for the kids, and we wanted to serve them dinner. So the kids came in and they sat down, and that's waiter Isaiah bringing food over to the kids. That's Andrew in the background. I was Andrew's waiter. And he did not want any spaghetti. He just wanted garlic bread. And so that's all he had. But it was our just way of, taking care of the kids and kind of letting them know we care about them. And so we served them dinner. That's Andrew and his garlic bread. And then, I know Jody's in here. I got to tell Jody. So we have one young lady that is gluten-free. And so every week we try to make her like a gluten-free pizza, and we made her gluten-free garlic bread. And so Andrew had his garlic bread, and then he wanted more. Well, the garlic bread was still in the oven, so somebody brought him a piece of the gluten-free garlic bread, and it didn't go over as big as the other. It didn't have quite the taste. So Andrew said no to gluten-free garlic bread. Well, it looks like they're enjoying it. Another thing we did this year is we wanted to do a kind of a gift exchange, and it's fun. So what happens is each kid gets a number. You go up with your number, you pick one of these gifts, you open it up, and then you hang on to it. And then the next person can either pick a new gift or steal the gift that you have. And so we were able to do this because the church family gave us hundreds of dollars so that we could buy gifts for each one of the kids. We had over almost 25 kids out that night, and so thanks to everybody that gave so generously that we could do that. So that's everybody in a semicircle getting ready to open up their prizes. That's them getting their numbers. We told you a little bit about Operation Christmas Child. This is how we start. We had 150 boxes that we had to put together. And that's Brock. My guess that's the only one he put together. he's got a little bit of a conview. I got to keep this one, Howard, because next time he's in church, I got to put this into my sermon sometime. That's what happens when you encounter a difficult passage of Scripture. I'll cut Kurt out, though, because Brock definitely looks... And that's a guy who's a master electrician, but... No electrical. He's a little. We gotta have him stick with electrical. So putting all the boxes together. And they all get carried into the gym. And then, of course, later that evening, we put the boxes together, and we're able to do that because all afternoon, this is what the ladies do. Those tables are all filled up with stuff that are going to go in the boxes. And it starts on the other end where you start out by choosing, are you going to do a boy or girl? Are there going to be I think the ages are 2 to 5, 5 to 7, or 5 to 8, and 8 up. And then you go to each table and there's school supplies. And then finally, when you get towards the end, that's when you can put in a wow gift. That's what all those little stuffed animals are for. And so after the evening service, we come through here. And by the time we were done, all those tables were empty. I think we filled about 110, maybe 120 boxes full of things. We wanted to do 150, but we didn't have quite enough stuff. So, of course, then Night at the North Pole is one of the last things we do here for the year. And you got to get those lights up. So I have a crew that comes in and helps me do them. And unfortunately, we waited a little long. So as we were putting up the lights, it was a little cold outside. So if you notice how it works, there's a ladder way in the background, a ladder in the middle, and then there's a ladder where I'm standing at, because we have wires that go across. And if you've been out there, it's like you're it's kind of a canopy of lights. But you have to get up there and install it. And that ladder there that's in the foreground, that's a 14-foot ladder. That's how high that wire is. And so I couldn't do it without my family, everybody out there in the cold. But we got her done in a couple hours, I think. Everybody working hard. You can see everybody's a little bundled up. And then after the lights are up, then all of the different booths have to go up. I think that's the Grinch one, isn't it, that you're working on over there? And I think that's Amelia Jean bundled up in there with Shannon. That's our manger scene. And then, of course, we serve people food. I think is that Kara bundled up? That's somebody bundled up there. We cooked and served over 175 hot dogs that night. I don't know how many s'mores. What's that little warming oven for? Because we want your buns to taste good. It's 9 degrees outside, so the buns were frozen. So you had to kind of keep them warm. And Scott did the cooking, and everybody else did the passing out of the food. Just a little glimpse over at the bonfire area. This was servers. That's Marty and Andre, and they're a little bit older, and they were out there without complaint in the cold. And every once in a while, Leanne would come over and warm them up. But it was nice to have everybody out there in that cold, hanging in there. This is one of the young ladies from our youth group. We needed help this year. We didn't have anybody that wanted to be Snoopy, so we had a couple volunteers. The girl on the left was Snoopy for a while, and then somebody else volunteered, and that's the current Snoopy. But the kids really loved the whole Snoopy setup. We had a family in our church that created that Snoopy doghouse behind it that looks exactly like Snoopy's doghouse. So that makes for some really, really good pictures. And that's our moose that goes around. We had a very energetic moose this year, which was fun to have. And this is just kind of a glimpse of what it looks like. That's a little elf down there below, and believe it or not, there were people that laid on the ground and stuck there. You did? You faced through it, so that's kind of cool. And there's the three, the Grinch, the Snoopy, and the moose. We don't know what we'll add next year, but we've got to try to add something. And of course, that's what it's all about. The manger scene. We did something different this year. We bought costumes so people could dress up like Mary and Joseph or the wise men or the shepherds and get their picture taken. But then it kind of peaked at 9 degrees that night. And so not many people wanted to take their coats off and get dressed up in that stuff. So that idea didn't go over as well as we anticipated. But the manger scene still looks cool. And then choir is back. We haven't had choir for 4 or 5 years. And so this year we brought the choir back. And this is them practicing, preparing. They practice for like 5 weeks in order to get ready. Is this the video? We got a little video clip. Oh, not yet. Okay. And so what we liked about it this year is we kind of told the story of the birth through song. And so we were able to kind of connect each song to the Christmas story. Boy, look at that guy in a bow tie and everything, man. We are looking really good. Okay. That's it. Wow, that was longer than I thought. All right, guys. Well, thank you for looking back with us. A lot of great memories, a lot of things. We'll do the same thing next year, and most of the slides will look the same because we do the same things, but there'll always be little tweaks and differences, and it's always a reminder of how much this church loves serving. Because all those pictures are about us being involved in the lives of other people. All of them are different outreaches, all of them designed to help us tell the story of Jesus. So thanks to everybody that's in the pictures. Thanks to the choir for being back. I wasn't sure. I was thinking it was just going to be Steve and myself and Amelia Jean. So thanks for everybody for being there. All right, let's just kind of have a word of prayer. Thank you for the folks that are tuning in. Thanks for the folks that are here. I'm assuming it's still snowing outside, so please be careful on the way home. And then look forward to seeing everybody. What's today? We will be here tomorrow, but we'll be live. So, if it's, dicey tomorrow, do not come out for midweek recharge. Just turn your Facebook on and we'll be there, and then we'll see you Sunday. Lord, thank you so much for this moment when we can look back. Because to us, it's really a celebration of the privilege of serving you. Whether it's cleaning floors because we had a leak, or assisting Uncle Jay in Vacation Bible School, or meeting people through the Corn Fest, all of these are designed to give us opportunities to either talk about you or let your light shine through us. The smiles on all of the folks' faces at Cornfest as we realize that we are your ambassadors. All the things that we do, and done without complaint. We love serving you, and we love looking back and enjoying all of those pictures that remind us about what we were able to do together. Thank you for that. Pray now as everybody travels home. It's a little slick outside. Get us home safe. Bring us back together again on Sunday. Once again, we're going to start 2025 with the same mindset. Lord, how can we fulfill the mission that you gave us and use us in more ways than you did in 2024? Send more kids our way. Send more people to Vacation Bible School. More people to Cornfest. Because all of those are opportunities. So we thank you for 24. We leave 2025 in your hands. Bless us as you did. Use us as you did. May it be a great year of service to you, we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you very much.